Jennifer Anderson of Washington going to take on Alexia Moreno. Moreno finishing third in women's freestyle, 125 pounds. Anderson, the DNP. 1 point takedown for Moreno. Referee Krista Timms going red action. We're back up to our feet. California and Texas, the only two teams that have won this event. Another point for Moreno, now trying to run the bar. Pops out to the right side, not gonna go anywhere with that. Action red, says the official. Now she's gonna try to run it over top. Big step. And Anderson now in trouble. There's definitely exposure here, looking for the exposure of the hole. A high bridge by Anderson. Wow, look at that athleticism. Bridging out. Moreno stacks it. Another tight bridge. Readjusting her grip is Moreno. And belling out is Anderson, so 2-1. So now a 4-0 lead for Alexia Moreno of California. I'd like to thank our webcast sponsor, Beyond the Mat, the movie. Check it out at beyondthematthemovie.com. See the logo there in your bottom left corner of the screen, just above the results and bout tracking ticker. Live scores from the cadet matches are across the top of feed 1. 4 feeds here in Fargo. You're watching in on duel number 2 of the junior women's duels. And time runs out in the first period. Moreno with a 4-0 advantage. Again, freestyle scoring in the dual meet situation. Kind of simple and kind of similar to high school wrestling with a couple of exceptions. First of all, a fall is worth 5 points. A tech fall in which you beat your opponent by a spread of 6 points or more in 2 periods. Or 2 5-pointers is also considered a tech. As we saw in the first match, we saw the young girl from Washington with 2 just sick, nasty 5-point heaves to win 5-0, 5-2, and that technically counts as a tech fall, so that's 14 points. A decision is 3 points. But on the losing side, you can actually score points. If you score a technical point in the match and do not get pinned, you get 1 team point. Now, if you could be, you can get 5 points in a match, get pinned, you get 0. Quick takedown. Now that arm trapped underneath the tight waist for Moreno. Leading Jennifer Anderson of Washington. Arm drag attempt. And got a little sloppy with it, so a 1-point takedown for Anderson, effectively giving her the lead again. Last point scores in similar scoring situations. So if it's 1-1, it's the last point scored. If it's 2-2, it's the bigger move, but if they're both 2-point moves, it's the last point. And if they're all 1-point moves, it's also the last point. So while it sounds confusing, you get the hang of it fairly easily. Point for Moreno, so she breaks that tie legitimately with a takedown and 2-1 lead. to thank everybody from around the country for joining us throughout the course of this extremely long week. The greatest place to be in the world is Fargo for 8 days in July. Yes, 8 days of wrestling. Jason Bryan here with you. My 13th junior national championships in a row. Coming here since I was 19, folks. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Now looking for that turn and two more, so 5-1. Of course, in this situation, Anderson's counter takedown might play a big role in this dual meet, although California heavily favored against their upstart almost neighbors from the Pacific Northwest. Oregon separating the two. Double leg attempt, counter with some underhooks. With 10 to go, arm drag attempt down to a sweep single. Now trying to double off. Good chain wrestling here by Moreno in short time. Front headlock roll through, and she's going to get 3 from the standing position. Time is out, and it's going to be 5-4. And Alexia Moreno hanging on to win the period and winning the match. 5-4. Great flurry of action by Jennifer Anderson late in the period, but it was not enough. So Moreno wins